sometimes when you say that, that's when the video will play after everyone's seen it. But like we might need to signal back to him to start it.
Do I signal before I say this?
Let's see. Honestly, because of the way that he's going to be doing two things at once, we might have to signal, say, hey, start the video.
I thought
So on
when
thank you, Miss Mon.
I think "Thank you, Miss Mon" could be like a signal that I'm gonna start doing this.
Okay. All right.
Good afternoon. That works. Mic check. My name is Todd Topley, and I'm the Scoutmaster for Troop 28. And it is my honor and privilege to welcome you here on behalf of Troop 28 to the Eagle Court of Honor for Christian Mullins. So at this time, I'm calling the Court of Honor to order so we can proceed. I'd like to invite Reverend Alan Lutz to come forward for the invocation.
As a fellow Eagle Scout, it is an honor to be with you this morning. Let us pray. It's afternoon. Let us pray. Father God, we just give you thanks for this day, for this celebration of accomplishments. We give you thanks for the scouting program, for the leaders, for the scouts, and for the lessons that it teach to prepare young men to be leaders and good citizens in this world. And Lord, we give you thanks for Christian, for the family and friends and church and scout troop that have supported him through this process. Continue to watch over him and lead him as he does good things in this world. Amen. The scripture today is from Isaiah 40. The Lord is the everlasting God, creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Morrison. I will be the Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. We are here to recognize Christian Mullins for achieving the highest rank in scouting, the rank of Eagle Scout. To begin this ceremony, will the color guard please present the colors? Color guard attention. Audience, please rise for the presentation of the colors. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to post the American flag. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard, post the American flag. 2. Color guard, please prepare to post the troop flag. Scouts, please give me the scout sign. Join me in repeating the scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Please join me in repeating the scout law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Color guard, please post the troop flag. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, halt. Will everyone please be seated? Would Mr. Ball please come forward to review the trail to Eagle?
Good afternoon. My name is David Ball, and I am very proud to be here with you today as an Eagle Scout myself and a member of the Pathfinder District Committee. I still have this great feeling about Troop 28, which is this troop of origin when my son and I became involved in 2003. So when you stay in this long, there are certain reasons why you do, and it's young men like Christian Mullins, and which gives me hope and the fortitude to stay in scouting and to contribute because of great young men like Christian. The trail to Eagle. Before the dawn of light of day, when our Creator made earth and man, there was darkness. As light was given, man could see and advance along his way. Throughout history, mankind's progress can be measured in units of little bits of light, a spark of faith, of ingenuity, philosophy, art. All these have added to the light in our path through life. So, too, is the scouting trail lit by little bits of light, little bits left by the millions of boys who have started up the Eagle Trail. I, as the voice of the eagle, am the embodiment of the boys who have started up the Eagle Trail. I have watched each of them as they made the climb. Christian, your climb really began with a decision, a most significant decision. Your decision was not based on any lofty idealistic reasons. Instead, you had the reason most young boys would have. You wanted to have fun and fellowship. At this time, Sawyer, would you light the Scout candle? But for whatever the reason, you made the simple decision to join the Scouts BSA. The light of your decision was dim indeed, but the spark had been lit, the way you had been marked. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up in eager anticipation of the fun of camping and fellowship. And soon, after learning your flag's history, a few knots and so forth, you made this promise. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Dwell on these words for a moment. Roll them around in your mind. Few phrases outline so fine a set of precepts. As an eagle, you are expected to live up to them all your life. Many boys such as you have passed this way before, and in passing have left a light. This light is the spirit of scouting. It embodies the fine principles of the Scout oath and law and is a shining beacon of inspiration. Then your brother Scouts called you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot Scout. Sawyer, would you please light the tenderfoot candle? The light that each boy leaves may be feeble indeed, but when multiplied by millions of boys and girls in scouting, it is very powerful. Your path ahead was dimly lit by the light of your resolution. With that first step up the trail, you began to build yourself, physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the promise you had made. All the while you were on the trail, we saw you learn by doing. You learned to take care of yourself, if lost, if injured, or hungry. More importantly, you began to put into practice the precepts of scouting, Scout spirit, and service to others. You were truly a tenderfoot at this first, but not for long. Sawyer, please light the second class candle. For soon you reached the first ledge, and there you were greeted by a large group of second-class Scouts. Most Scouts reached this ledge. Some, like yourself, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. The others were content and went no further. Your path was lit more brightly, but the trail was becoming steeper. Ahead of you lay the first real summit of your climb, the first-class peak. Up until now, you had been learning the rudiments of scouting and how to care for yourself. Now, you began to learn leadership principles and how to care for others. You found you must become proficient in many skills related to the survival of yourself and others under difficult conditions. Sawyer, please light the first class candle. Yes, you learned these new skills, but most importantly, your scout spirit was growing with you until almost before you knew it, you had reached the first class peak. Here, you were greeted by an even smaller group than before, and you were tempted to remain on this ledge and bask in first-class glory, just as many of the others were doing. But the light of your scout spirit had grown bright indeed. Your past accomplishments and the growth of your character spurred you on. The rank of Star Scout, which had seemed to be so unattainable such a short time before, now seemed within your reach. But to grasp it, you found you must not only become adept in new skills, but again, the most important factor was the continued growth of your scout spirit, which you demonstrated by your citizenship, scholarship, community service, and the help and leadership you extended to your fellow younger scouts, particularly those below you on the trail. Sawyer, please light the star candle. Again, you proved yourself worthy. You were awarded the rank of Star Scout by your Scoutmaster. The path behind you was bright with your accomplishment. The rank of Eagle was becoming dimly lit in the distance. But before you could reach my nest, you found a third major summit blocking your way, the Life Scout rank. Now the trail was steeper than ever and much, much less worn. This path was becoming lonely. You looked back and saw the crowds below you, and you looked up and saw only a few above you. With renewed determination, you continued your climb up that trail, but now you found it harder to demonstrate continued growth of your character and your scout spirit because you were growing out of the boyhood stage. You now had to show that you had an understanding of your responsibilities as a citizen and as a member of our society and a willingness to accept those responsibilities. In learning the new skills demanded of this rank, you found that your school homework was becoming a serious and conflicting problem. Yet both scout work and homework must be done well. You solved this problem by learning one of the most important lessons of scouting, the need to ration and utilize your time efficiently and effectively. It is a lesson all must earn. Sawyer, please light the life candle. And thus, you are awarded the rank of Life Scout. As this heart badge was placed on your uniform, I am sure you will never forget the thought in your heart. It has been experienced by most scouts in life's peak. You thought, now I am close to the eagle's nest. I must and I will carry on. The path toward eagle rank was now clear and well lit, but still far above you. Many boys start up the scouting trail from the foot of the mountain. Most reach second class. Many reach first class. But as that path steepens, fewer and fewer boys have the perseverance and sense of selfless service to others to reach the higher ranks. At the summit of the Life Scout, you had but few comrades. On your further climb toward Eagle, the trail became lonelier yet. The path becomes precipitous. The physical requirements are very strenuous, and the mental standards extremely high. But along the way, you were gaining in stature, physically, mentally, and morally. And this growth was necessary because the most important requirement for Eagle is the personal character of a scout as reflected in the ideals of scouting. These were demonstrated by your cooperation and service to others in the home, at school, in the community, as well as within the troop. Yes, we have watched your character unfold and become more manly. We have watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you now that you are on the threshold of your goal. We welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner. This is the voice of the eagle.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. Thank you, Mr. Ball. Will Reverend Lutz, Associate Pastor of First Grapevine, please come forward to provide an overview of Christian's Eagle Scout project?
One of the great things about scouting is the preparation of young men and women to be leaders in their community and to make a difference where the ripples go wide. And that was certainly the case with Christian's project. When he approached me so that we could discuss possible projects that could be taken on, it coincided with a very real need in our area. There was a large influx of refugees from Afghanistan that were needing to find a place of refuge here in the area, particularly in Fort Worth. And there's an organization that our church worked with called Refugee Services of Texas. And they have a very precise program on rehoming refugees from all around the world in Fort Worth. And so Christian worked diligently with me and with them directly to find out what the needs were. They basically came, this family came with the clothes on their back and had nothing to start their new life here in our area. So they needed everything. The apartment was there, but it needed to be filled with the basics of cooking supplies and furniture and all of the things that we take for granted that they simply did not have. And so Christian found that list, particularly of the household items and the things that were needed in the apartment. He worked with Refugee Services to find out what the specifics were. He then created a sign-up genius, worked with our communication team to communicate the need to our church on a very wide area so that everyone could help, and it was a full group church effort as we provided every single item that this family would need. After they were collected, of course, Christian organized the collection days, having scouts help be there at the table to accept the donations, organize those donations, inventory those donations, and then work with a separate team that allowed us to go to this family's apartment and help set them up to deliver the items that they needed. And he worked very closely with all of those teams to make this a huge success. And so when this family arrived at their new apartment in Fort Worth, thanks to his leadership and his organization and this project, they were able to find not just an apartment, but a home where they could feel welcome and comfortable as they came here. And so that made a difference, not just in that family, but it was those ripples that reached out, sharing that love and compassion for those that need it. And so thank you for your hard work on that project. It was certainly a success, and I want you to never forget the difference that you made in that family's life. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Lutz. Will Mr. Brooker, Troop 28 Committee Chair, please come forward to convene the Eagle Court of Honor?
Good afternoon. By the authority vested in me by Scouts BSA and as the Troop 28 Committee Chair, I pronounce this Eagle Scout Court of Honor convened. I thought it would be appropriate, given our task this afternoon, to reflect for a moment upon the rarity of earning the rank of Eagle Scout. I will read a story about 100 Scouts. Of any 100 who start their scouting journey, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in their first year. Perhaps this may be regarded as a failure, but later in life, all these will remember that they had been in scouting and will speak well of the program. 12 of the 100 will be from families that belong to no church. Through scouting, these 12 and many of their families will be brought into contact with a church and will continue to be active all their lives. 6 of the 100 will become pastors. Approximately 50 will serve in the military and in varying degrees profit from their scout training. At least one will use their scout training to save another person's life, and many will credit it for saving their own. Each of these 100 will learn something from scouting, and all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge work and scouting contacts. 17 of the 100 will become adult leaders and will give leadership to thousands of additional scouts, often serving as scoutmasters and assistant scoutmasters. 4 of the 100 who started scouting will reach the rank of Eagle Scout, and many of these will later say they valued their Eagle Scout rank above their college degree. This story will never end. Like the golden pebble of service dropped into the human sea, it will continue to radiate in ever-widening circles, influencing the characters of men through unending time. Today, we honor one scout in 100. We know the things Christian has done in the past and imagine what he will do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brooker. Will Troop 28 Advancements Chair, Mr. Bradford, please come forward and state the requirements needed to earn the Eagle Scout Award and offer a report on the worthiness of this candidate to earn the Eagle Scout Award?
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. The trail to Eagle is long and challenging. For most scouts, earning the Eagle Award takes 3 to 6 years of hard work. And the older they become, the longer it takes. Distractions of life making finishing the trail to Eagle very difficult. The difficulty in earning the Eagle Award is one of the reasons why Eagle Scouts still proudly place the accomplishment on their resumes for their entire career. For earning the Eagle Scout Award is one of the only accomplishments done as a youth that will impress people for the rest of their lives. To earn the Eagle Scout Award, first, the candidate must successfully complete all of the rank requirements for the preceding 6 Scout ranks: Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, and Life. Eagle Scout candidates must also earn a minimum of 21 merit badges, including the required Eagle Scout merit badges like first aid, camping, cooking, and personal fitness. Eagle Scout candidates must actively serve in a leadership role for a minimum of 16 months. During their leadership tenure, the candidate is directly involved in operating and managing the troop. This Eagle Scout candidate before you has led Troop 28 very well over the past few years. Christian has always played a vital and important role in the leadership of Troop 28 and is a very important reason why Troop 28 is so successful. Christian has served in important leadership positions such as chaplain's aide, troop guide, quartermaster, and den chief. He has also gone above and beyond in leadership training with his successful completion of the National Youth Leadership Training course, known locally as Twin Arrows. He was inducted into the Order of the Arrow and has also earned the National Outdoor Achievement Award in camping. In addition to innumerate hours of providing service to others, while Life Scout, the Eagle candidate must develop, plan, provide leadership, and complete a service project for any beneficiary other than Scouts, typically for a church, school, or community. Also, the troop must determine if the Eagle Scout candidate demonstrates a long history of following the Scout oath in law. On application to earn rank of Eagle Scout, the candidate must list character references from their religious institution, school, and community to determine if the candidate follows the Scout oath and law in their daily life. As the Troop 28 Advancement Chair, it is my pleasure that after a thorough review of this candidate's qualification, Christian Mullins has successfully completed all the requirements to be worthy of Eagle Scout. Christian, please come to the podium. Christian, please light the Eagle candle.
Thank you for your report of the candidate's worthiness to earn the Eagle Scout Award. To underscore the obligations and expand upon the responsibilities of an Eagle Scout, I will ask Mr. Vocal and Mr. Tooling to convey Eagle Scout responsibilities and the Eagle Charge.
Eagle Scout responsibilities. As an Eagle Scout, Christian, I challenge you on behalf of all Eagle Scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Award. These responsibilities are: an Eagle Scout must live with honor. His honor is sacred, the foundation of all character. An Eagle will live so that he reflects credit upon his home, church, school, friends, and himself. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is to be loyal. To thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night, the day, thou cannot be false to any man. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway his loyalty. The blue on your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is courageous. Courage gives all character force and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, as an Eagle Scout is service-oriented, extend a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail you have completed. Just as others have aided you, the daily good turn must take on a new meaning and better life pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort the unfortunate and oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service.
So, Christian, the Eagle Charge and Oath. Scouts of all nations make up one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged worthy by Scouts BSA of the highest rank in its membership, the rank of Eagle Scout. Being an Eagle Scout takes honor and responsibility. As you well know, this rank is very difficult to earn, taking years of hard work and dedication. As an Eagle Scout, you get to enjoy the fine reputation established by all of the Eagle Scouts who have gone before you. As an Eagle Scout, you will stand out from the crowd. People will know how special you are by your character. As an Eagle Scout, you are charged with your solemn obligation and duty to further enhance the fine reputation of all Eagle Scouts. You will do this by continuously living the Scout Oath and Scout Law in your everyday life, which will bring much honor to yourself and honor to all the Eagle Scouts who will come after you. As an Eagle Scout, you are charged with using your life to better our world. Be among those who dedicate their hearts, hands, skills, and abilities to the common good. Help build a better future by continuing to set an example of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence to God. Do this, and you will leave behind a legacy by which you and every other Scout may be justly proud. As an Eagle Scout, you are charged with being a servant leader. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. Be the difference maker. Now the oath. Will all Eagle Scouts here please stand alongside this Eagle candidate and renew your Eagle Scout oath? Eagle candidate Christian Mullins, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout brotherhood, holding without reservation and ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. Would all Eagle Scouts please give the Scout sign and repeat after me? I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
To the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I will thoughtfully recognize
I will thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
and my status and my influence
and my status and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
2. Would all Eagle Scouts, except for Christian, please be seated? Thank you. Christian, your conduct along the trail to Eagle has been excellent. You have just rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting, but more importantly, to your future and to the future of your fellow man. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other Scouts. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now more conscious, and people will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibilities would not only reflect poorly upon you, but also poorly upon your fellow Eagle Scouts and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but it is also ours.
Thank you to Mr. Vocal and Mr. Tooling. Will Mr. Topley, Scoutmaster of Troop 28, please come forward to present the Eagle Award?
No great accomplishment is done alone. Christian, many people have given much of themselves to assist you on your trail to Eagle. Your scout leaders, your fellow scouts, and your family. Will the grandparents and mother of Eagle Scout Christian Mullins please come forward? No one will ever know the amount of support your mother has given you on all these years, which has led to this day. As a symbol of your mother's devotion to your achievement, would you please present her with the Mother's Eagle Pen? Your grandparents have given you countless hours of support on your path to Eagle. They have stood by you over the years to offer you encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of their devotion and your accomplishment, would you please present your grandparents with the grandparents' pens? Christian Mullins, by the authority vested in me by Scouts BSA, it is my honor and privilege to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. At this time, I'm going to ask Christian's grandparents to place the Eagle Award on his uniform. And because applause is good, Eagle Scout Christian Mullins. All right. Family, you may be seated. Christian, if you'll come back up here with me. At this time, I would like to introduce Andaman, who is going to give some special awards and recognitions.
So, Christian, a lot of things came in since yesterday. So where do we begin? So you had a few people recognize you in our audience today, but beyond just these people who are here today, we have people from all over the country who are recognizing your accomplishment as an Eagle Scout, and as rare as it is. So in no order, I'm just going to read them off. Kay Granger, a U.S. Congresswoman, sent you a lovely letter congratulating you on being one of the few, the rare. From Mayor Pro Tem Darlene Freed, she has sent you a letter and congratulating you of being an Eagle Scout and a resident of Grapevine. Of course, National sends you something that proves you are an Eagle, not just that you wear it, but you got an actual certificate to do that. And then since yesterday, let's see. So we have a letter from, I never remember her first name, I'm sorry, Van Dam, the representative. She sent you a letter congratulating you. John Cornyn sent you a letter congratulating you. Ted Cruz sent you a letter congratulating you. We're not done yet. Governor Greg Abbott sent you a letter congratulating you. These are things you will keep and put in a binder and you will have to remind yourself that you're one of those few that have made it to the end and became an Eagle. President George Bush, President Bill Clinton, and Secretary of State Anthony, I cannot read his last name, Bliston. But beyond all of that, those are really great. And I don't know what you're going to do with those other than put them in a binder and remind yourself of what a great accomplishment. But one of the things we do at Troop 28 is we create a plaque that goes with you wherever you go. This is great for your college life. It's great for your work office. It'll remind you of your oath and the great honor that you got your Eagle Award from Troop 28. It's a beautiful plaque. I know my son has his wherever he goes. So it's a wonderful with your name on it and date. Christian, congratulations. And remember, these things will remind you of the oath you took today.
Thank you, Ms. Mon. And now we have an Eagle Remarks video by Eagle Scout Dylan Marshall.
Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Marshall. Unfortunately, I am unable to be there today with all of you. I would like to give some remarks about Christian upon achieving his Eagle rank. I have known Christian Mullins for 12 years. We began together in Cub Scouts in Pack 260 in the same den. We've both experienced many fond memories together throughout Cub Scouts and later Boy Scouts. Through forming our original patrol to going on campouts and experiencing all that scouting has to offer. I've known Christian a very, very long time, and he's truly one of my greatest friends. Some of the many memories that I can recall of our time in scouting together includes both summer camp, in which we spent at Camp Constantine with the rest of our troop. It was an incredible and amazing time outdoors that summer, to have outdoors that summer. A particular instance I can recall involving a canoe, fireworks, and a story that wasn't true. I can recall the various campouts and troop meetings that I've experienced throughout scouting. And Christian, through it all, has been beside me, from Cub Scouts all the way up to present day.
And now Christian has an opportunity to say a few words and present mentor pins.
Good afternoon. So 18 years ago, I entered the world as a 2-pound preemie, and I was in NICU for 8 weeks. Thanks, Mom, for always coming to see me at the hospital. Fast forward to first grade, when I first became a tiger cub. Thanks, Papa, for volunteering that night for being a leader. I will admit that Papa got some help from Mama with her teaching background to plan the activities. I recall the best thing about Tiger Cubs was visiting Channel 8 news studios, and we got to go behind the scenes of a newscast and got our picture taken with the news anchor. As I advanced through the ranks of Cub Scouts, I enjoyed the Pinewood Derby and rocket launches. I earned my Arrow of Light Award in 2015. The next step in Scouts was to bridge over to Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts was a good time for me because I love camping. Memories including Squirrow at Sid Richardson, where I got to use mapping skills to find coordinates with flags on them to earn points. My first summer camp I went to was Kaikima in Arkansas. I remember taking the fire safety merit badge. I went to SOAR in Colorado, and that was a foretelling me becoming an Eagle Scout. I have a picture of Papa, and I stood in front of a giant eagle to take a photo. One of my favorite memories, and I stood and, One of my favorite memories of SOAR was sleeping in teepees. I went to Camp Constantine next to Possum Kingdom Lake. I remember taking the fishing, kayaking, and weather merit badge. I was recommended by Mr. Vocal to attend Twin Arrows National Youth Leadership Training. I learned a bunch of leadership skills. I went through the Order of the Arrow induction. I had to work on camp improvement projects, sleep apart from campers, and was only given a small amount of food. My favorite and most memorable scouting adventure was Northern Tier High Adventure Base in Minnesota. We couldn't go into Canada because the borders were closed, but we could see Canada. We had a guide, his name was Jeremy. On the first day out on the lake, one of my friends left a food bag behind, and part of our crew had to canoe back several miles to get the food bag. That was not a fun experience. We were eating dehydrated food, but our guide even made us a chocolate cake. My crew paddled 75 miles on the Boundary Waters in the beautiful part of Minnesota. We also had to be in our tents before dark to avoid being eaten by mosquitoes. Earning merit badges along the way taught me many skills, but the biggest challenge was earning my Eagle Scout. The hardest thing for me was choosing an Eagle Scout project. Thanks, Alan Lutz, for helping me brainstorm ideas. After I selected getting supplies for Afghan refugees, the work was just beginning. It involved contacting Refugee Services of Texas and obtaining donations of items for church members. I think it helped when I went around to adult Sunday school classes and explained my project. Within 2 weeks, all the items were donated by church members. Some of that was easier than filling out the paperwork regarding my project. I was so excited at the border review to find out I would become an Eagle Scout. Scouting taught me to never give up, take each task with persistence to get it completed, and working with people to establish positive relationships. Thank you for all being here today. Thank you to Dale and Jerry, my next door neighbor, for all the support along this journey. Thank you to Mark for making that video so that my fellow Eagle could be here virtually. Thank you to Paul for making the live stream possible. Thank you to Josh Ingram for being willing to provide music for the Court of Honor. And thank you to Marshall for setting up the slides for my Court of Honor. So now I'm going to present mentor pens. I'd like to give my first mentor pen to an adult leader who really inspired me. He helped me bridge over into scouting, who led me to receive my Arrow of Light, the one who helped me out in Northern Tier by putting the bags on me carrying equipment. My first mentor pen is going to Mr. Vocal. I'd like to give my second mentor pen to a leader who was my first scout leader in Troop 28. He was always willing to help, whether it was explaining a scout requirement or helping me set up a tent. He encouraged me to keep going to attain my goal of becoming an Eagle. My second mentor pen is going to Mr. Tooling. I would like to give my third mentor pen to a guy who always has great stories to tell. He has many years of helping with scouting. He's the reason I attained my personal fitness merit badge. Even took his time to make my Eagle portraits. My third mentor pen is going to Mr. Ball.
Will Josh Ingram please come forward to share a musical favorite?
You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, abide in his shadow for life. Say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock in whom I trust, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. The snare of the fowler will never capture you, and famine will bring you no fear. Under his wings your refuge, his faithfulness your shield, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. For to his angels he's given a command to guard you in all your ways. Upon their hands they'll bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand, and hold you in the palm
Will the color guard please retire the colors? Color guard, attention. Will the audience please rise for the retirement of the colors? Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, please retire the troop flag. Scout salute. Color guard, please retire the American flag. 2. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, halt. Audience and color guard, please be seated. This concludes this Eagle Scout Court of Honor. The family has provided some refreshments for everyone in the atrium. And don't forget to check out Christian's Eagle Scouts display table and sign the guest book. This family wants to thank you for being a part of this very special occasion.
the Bible. It's 60